Are you cold?
It's a little breezy today.
What it is we're so close to the coast here that it's humid.
Yeah,
And
it is humid.
It's that wet cold.
Yeah.
It's actually 10 or 11 degrees Celsius, so it's not really that cold. But I'm Rich.
And I'm Sandy, and welcome to the show. So today we are back down in the Eastern Cape, and we are in the Valley Bushveld country
Of South Africa.
So, yeah.
This holds an immense diversity of animals, and up on top you can see you've got the open grasslands where zebra and blesbok and impala are found. Down over in the thick stuff, that's where the nyala, kudu, and bushbuck hide, and the ticks.
Yeah, okay.
Although we're in June and it's tick season is over, creepy crawlies still get to Sandy.
Yep.
Stick with us.
Hi, I'm Rich, and if anybody can lay claim to having been born into the life, it's me. Born and raised in northern Alberta, I was an adult off to the big city trying to woo a certain blonde bombshell before I ever ate any farm-raised beef.
And I'm Sandy, and I might just be that blonde that corrupted this boy. Rich and I met and were married in a whirlwind romance that saw a moose hunt classified as a honeymoon. But 2 weeks into the marriage, I realized if I was gonna know this boy, I better get with the program.
And get with the program she did. Sandy jumped in with both feet and wholeheartedly embraced the outdoor life. She took to hunting, trapping, and fishing like a duck to water and quickly became the ultimate partner. I never had to explain that I was late because I got stuck in a mud hole.
Well, that's because I was pulling the winch line. That's why they called me the winch wind.
And you're very good at it.
I am.
And there was no worry about what time of day I shot a moose, because he was right there helping me gut it.
We were full partners in life, and soon we had 3 kids running around the house, eating what we hunted, and teaching them the outdoor life. Lord, could they eat.
Oh yeah, and they still can. Family Christmas pictures usually involved our critters and camo, and now we have 7 grandkids to show the hunter's path to.
Our outdoor life together was easy, hunting and fishing and trapping in our northern Alberta backyard. Today, our hard work and blessed life allows us to adventure and hunt far-flung and exotic places throughout the world.
The outdoors has always been the bedrock of our relationship. We've laughed and loved and adventured our way through our 40 years of life together.
40 years.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't seem real.
No. I'm Rich.
And I'm Sandy, and we're married to the hunt.
The zebra.
Zebra, one of my favorite things to hunt when we're in South Africa.
I know, our first trip to South Africa, you shot this fella.
Yeah, and that was a really fun hunt, but he was a really old stallion. His teeth were pretty much gone. If you get up close to him, you can see all of his battle scars, and
Oh, yeah.
you know, he was just a splendid trophy, and what in our first trip to South Africa, that's what I specifically went looking to hunt.
One of the things I find so cool about the zebra is their back skin.
Oh, very much so, yeah. And it was something that we didn't know until 2011 when we were hunting there the first time. And I took this guy. Their back skin is like a fingerprint on a person. It's very unique.
This, once again, is another hunt where optics play a big role.
Oh, absolutely. It's difficult to get very close to the animals, and so you have to have good glass in order to get a really good sense of what animal you might be going after or what else might be around there as well.
Well, the terrain, we were in that river bushveld or whatever they call it, River Valley Bushveld, I don't know. They have a name for everything, but it all ends with bushveld.
Yeah.
Or thornveld.
And the ones at the bottom of the valley were smaller than everything else. And I was really thankful for that.
Oh, it was like this and like this. But you'd have these flat plateaus up on top. And
Yes.
oftentimes, we'd be glassing from one plateau over to the other one. We
Yes.
weren't even looking about what's down in there because some of them were cliffs that the baboons couldn't get up and down without mountaineering gear. And
Yeah, there was some very interesting terrain. It's not what a lot of people think about when they think about South Africa.
Oh, no. And once again, when you look through, you see this footage, and as far as you can see, we can hunt.
Yes.
You know, like these areas are just gigantic.
Well, that was fun. Little short.
Very short. As Blesbok just saw us and blew out of there and took everything with them.
Yeah, exactly. There's some white Blesbok on this property, and apparently they're officially crazy. And when they go, everything goes with them. So we got, I think, a little bit of video of them on the hill yonder over here. And then we saw the zebra go whoop over the hill right after them. It was like, well, that was fun. It was short, but it was fun.
I was just the cameraman once again, the unseen faced, the guy behind the camera. But one of the things that I found cool looking through the lens of the camera was when we'd get up on top and we'd glass, because we're not just hunting zebra. You were also looking for a bush buck, and the bush buck are down in those river valleys in the mornings and that. But it was the feel. You look down and there'd be a mist that had rolled in from the sea or whatever, and it was so wild and so rugged, and it's easy to believe that nobody has ever been down there.
I think about those kinds of things really often when we go to some of the remote areas of the world that we've been fortunate enough to travel in. And they're not as remote as many explorers and all of that, but it still sort of gives you this feeling like you're one of the very few fortunate people to ever have laid a foot in that particular area. It's really quite a feeling.
Married to the Hunt is brought to you by these fine sponsors. At Old Smokes Coffee, we slow roast our coffee over a wood fire, making it smooth and memorable. You can order our coffee online. Old Smokes Coffee. Coffee crafted for the courageous. Range Road Enterprises understands hard work. Our products work as hard as you do. See our full line of firewood processors, sawmills, and more at your nearest dealer. Why trust your hunt to anything less than the best? Carl Zeiss Sport Optics. Confidence in the toughest conditions. High-quality hunting and spectacular trophies create memories of a lifetime. Let Guy Swart from Wild Horizon help you plan your next African safari.
South Africa, especially the Eastern Cape, especially towards the coast, is very well known for the aloe.
They are spectacular, bright, orangey red flowers, and they're actually delicious.
Well, it's really cool because Clint said, they ate them as kids.
Yes.
And so, of course, you had to try one.
Well, when in Rome.
And it's the flower open up. You actually see the difference, male and female parts. There's all your pollen bearing.
Ah,
And
okay.
there's your receptor there.
Oh, yeah. All right.
And there's all your nectar coming out if you squeeze it.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Sweet. If you open one of these up, it's still sealed.
It is sweet.
Is it sweet?
You
Yeah.
see everything coming out of it. Huh?
It is sweet.
No, these are sweeter than those.
And then this one has just a little baby seed in it right
Yeah,
there.
that's where the seed will develop now.
Yeah.
Now, you often see the monkeys and the baboons sitting on them, watching them and eating them.
Oh, neat.
Just like we are.
The monkeys and the baboons.
Go for monkey, Sam. Go for monkey.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, I'll
cuter.
stick with monkey.
Thinking I'd rather have lunch with the Gogol cook, so rather than. But it's good to know you can live off this stuff if you need to.
Get you a bit of sugar.
Yeah, a little bit of sugar.
One of your favorite things about this property that we are on was that we were living right where we were hunting.
Oh, yeah, you could just step out the door with your rifle over your shoulder and go hunting. In fact, apparently there were giraffes in the yard one day, but we missed them.
Yeah, we come back and the cook was telling us that the giraffes were there. And,
Didn't we see the giraffes? And we're like, no.
no, we were down in the bottom of some gully or canyon, whatever. But you know what you like? Your favorite part was food was right there.
Listen.
There was no excuse. There was no traveling. There was food.
So in a way of explanation, the first time we hunted, zebra in South Africa. I got a peppermint for lunch the day that I shot this guy. So yes, food is somewhat important to me.
By actual count, we have 9 attempted stalks, and 8 times we got busted.
Is that all?
Well, you're trying to target that old stallion. Okay,
Yes.
so now you're one animal out of maybe 4, maybe 12, maybe whatever. So
Yep.
all the other animals are milling around. They're herd animals.
Well, and they don't ever stand still. They're constantly moving around, grazing, but they're always watchful too, which makes it even more difficult and why we were busted so many times.
Well, we would try and get trees between us,
Yes.
and we would sneak through the trees. But if we could see them through the trees, they can see us through the trees. You have to be able to shoot them. You got to be able to see them clear of the trees. They got to be presented right. Like a zebra is a healthy, husky animal, and you were using a .308 Winchester. You wanted a nice shot on it.
Yes.
Those all add up to it's easy to get busted, and the first thing that, of course, that a plains animal does is it runs. And in this case, their safety was always down in those gullies.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see the one on the left behind the tree? Yes. I'm just waiting for it to turn. Okay. What's happening?
They're hidden and we're exposed. Kind of, if we move off this spot, we could be seen. Beat again. This zebra hunting is not easy. They get in the cover. There's so many sets of eyes.
I don't know. We were getting a little bit punchy, maybe.
Well, it was easy to get punchy after you've been busted so many times, but we finally did find a group that we felt more huntable, and it was really just because of how we came at them. We were lucky enough to come at them from a different direction.
Well, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Well, this time finally we found some with a big stallion.
Yes.
And they were close to one of the gullies that we could actually work our way through.
Well, it was kind of a dam more than, like we came up a gully,
Yeah.
but we were behind a dam.
Were we?
Yeah, we were.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
And so there was we just, I don't know, how long did we stay down there? A couple of hours.
For sure, because
Yeah.
once we got there, we were within range and everything, but now they were skylined.
Yeah.
And nobody ever shoots at an animal skylined, because if you get a pass through or you shoot over or whatever, that bullet just keeps going.
Yeah, well, we were always very cautious that way.
Well, this is stock number, I don't remember. And we've got 2 in front of us, but they're skylined. And we just don't want to shoot when we don't know what's behind it. So we're going to sit down here below this. I don't know if it's a dam or just a hillside. We're going to sit here and wait. And hopefully those zebra come down a little bit. But there's a whole bunch of blesbok here, as there always is. Lots of eyes. So we just have to be patient. Patient.
And so we waited and waited and waited because they were, as you say, skylined, and they had to come down where there was, they could work their way down where there was a bit of a hillside behind them.
Well, just over the hill behind us are these zebra who don't want to cooperate. We've been sitting here for an hour and a half waiting for them to come down off of the horizon.
You were so bored, though, you even developed a pet.
Oh, so listen, when we talk about ticks, the very first trip we had, I freaked right out when I had a tick on me. It was just, I don't know, it was just visceral reaction to it. But then, yeah, and then by the time we're hunting this zebra, we're late in our trip now, this third time. And you've kind of grown accustomed to them a little bit, where I don't really ever want to be that accustomed to a tick. But
Married to the Hunt is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Argo Extreme terrain vehicles conquer any season, any terrain. See all the new models at your nearest dealer. Argo, go anywhere. Midland Radios help you stay in touch in the wild. Check out the new X-Talkers at your nearest dealer. Communication for every adventure. Alberta Outdoorsman Magazine, Alberta's only hunting, fishing, and trapping magazine. Take your best to the best. J. Martin Taxidermy, recreating the memories of your hunt with precision, passion, and pride. When the blesbok laid down, I knew we had him.
well, yeah, because not only are you concerned about all the eyes of the zebra in the herd, the blesbok are everywhere.
They're insane.
They are everywhere, and they will bust you before just about anything else will. Oh, yeah.
That's how you want them to go.
Oh, yeah.
If it stands up, give it another one. Yeah.
Okay.
If it stands up, give it another one.
Yeah.
Another one? Yeah. Give it another one.
Done.
The second one was good. It's all it's sort of popping all over the place.
Oh. Okay, I got one down the tube. My safety's on. Okay. Oi.
Oh, and again.
There we go. Hey, tough critters those.
Tough critters to get a shot on. And then when you wind them up with a 308, it still takes a couple. Clint.
Well done.
That was a battle just to get in a position where we could, yeah. In this game of zebra hunting, you must have patience.
Oh my goodness. I mean, how many stalks is this now? Stalk number 7, 8?
Something like that. I don't know, lost track.
And we've sat here for 2.5 hours?
Something like that, yeah.
It's
Wait.
just so difficult to separate from each other when you shoot.
Well, they are, and then, here too, all the blezzies were around them. So many sets of eyes that can just bust you. So we've just been sitting here and popping up like little gophers just to look and see. And finally, I mean, they were within range, no problem. But skylined, and that wasn't the shot we wanted to take. So
Yeah, when I finally popped up, I was amazed to see that they were no longer skyline. I said, hey, we can shoot them.
yeah,
They're just there.
hey.
And then it was over in a rush.
And then it was over in a rush.
Let's go take a look, okay?
Let's do that.
Yep.
Yep. Oh yeah,
Big dusty guy.
big dusty guy. Yeah. Yeah. It's a little far forward, but made it happen anyhow.
Absolutely.
Oh, he's a good one.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
See what I feel there?
Uh-huh. The other one.
We'll tilt him up here and take a look at him.
Well, what a beauty he is, Clint. Wow, we hunted hard for him, or one like him. I don't think he was necessarily the first guy that we had in our sights, but he's a
I'm going to have to crowd
beautiful-
in here, otherwise nobody's ever going to even know I have anything to do with this TV program. You're shooting everything.
Well, so far I've done a good job. So Clint, you had a look at his teeth earlier, and you said that his wolf tooth was
Very worn, and his teeth are pretty long and worn.
Okay.
A zebra, like a horse, the teeth just get longer and longer with age.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So this means he's an old guy.
He's an old guy, yeah.
Okay. He's a Burchell zebra.
Burchell's a common zebra, yeah.
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 There's two that are the two zebras that are common in South Africa.
Well, not common. The Cape Mountain zebra is quite rare,
Oh, okay.
but they are being bred up more and more. More and more people are getting them on their properties now.
Okay.
Yeah.
The easiest way to tell the difference is you see the shadow striping, where you've got shadow stripes in between the black and white. That means that it's a Burchell's.
And they also don't have. These guys have stripes on their
All the
legs,
way down their
and the
legs.
other ones don't.
And the size of the ears.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that.
Your mountain zebra's got a bigger ears, and it's almost got a yellow look down its nose.
Oh,
Look
okay.
at it from the front, yeah. It looks a little bit yellow.
Oh, that's fantastic. Anyway, what a great hunt. Thank
Well
you
done.
so much. It was fun.
Thanks, Clint.
Well done,
Your patience is legendary.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. That's awesome.